All right, now we're going to be discussing the trust account receipt. This is one of the more tricky forms to fill out, but one of the most vital. It's very controlled by legislation, including the Residential Tenancies Act and the Land Agents Regulations. So it's critical that you get it right. So let's go through all the things that must be on a trust account receipt. The first thing is the agency name. Now, normally when you get a trust account book, that will be pre-printed on there. So you don't often have to worry about that. But you must have the agency name on the trust account receipt. It's also good practice to put the address and the ABN and the RLA number and even a phone number. But the agency name is required under the legislation. The date would be today's date. So that would be whatever date is in your instructions, and payment has been received from Freddo Frog. Freddo Frog is the tenant. And of course, you would normally have a reference number there. It could be the name of the property followed by a number or anything like that. It's received on account of the vendor or the landlord, not Dulwich Real Estate. Okay, so don't put Dulwich Real Estate, care of Dulwich Real Estate, anything like that. It is received on account of the landlord, which is Bertie Beetle. Freddo Frog and Bertie Beetle, tenant and the landlord. You're represented on the trust account receipt by your name at the top. How much was it? According to the instructions, it was $700 only. And you so write in that figure and then of course put it in numerals, the $700. Payment method, that's actually compulsory. So you have to choose which payment method. Here we have cash, so make sure that you circle cash. See those squares underneath for drawer, bank, branch, BSB and amount. You only fill out that if you are actually paying by cheque or bank cheque. So you wouldn't fill out any of those details when you are paying by cash. And then you have for the following. The property is 30 Spring Road, Unley. Okay, so that's straightforward. You have to have the name of the property and the purpose. You've got to state the period of the rent. Normally, lots of people put 2 weeks rent. Now that's correct, it is 2 weeks rent, but you must state the period of rent from to. Here, the period of rent is the 6th of July to the 19th of July. A lot of students put the 6th of July to the 20th of July. They just think 6 plus 14 days. But if you actually count it on your fingers, and I would encourage you to always do these calculations by counting on your fingers, if you count from the 6th to the 19th, that is actually 14 days. So always make sure that you do that. So it's 2 weeks rent for the period 6th of July to the 19th of July. And of course, it is received by the person receiving the payment. So if you paid by cash, that would be the person you paid to. If it's obviously done by internet transfer, you would just have the agency stamp on that. And that is the perfect trust account receipt.